From the moment that Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Dr. Doom, I've said that for a studio like Marvel Studios, who is heavily reliant on gimmicks these days, this is the gimmick of all gimmicks. And if these recent rumors are true, it also happens to be a gimmick with not a lot of thought behind it. Let me put on my surprise face. Let's discuss.
Our content sucks. Our content sucks.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You know, it's times like these where I think back to all of the times that people tried to convince me that Marvel was turning a corner. The Marvel is so back crowd. You know, the same people who also tried to convince us that there was nothing wrong with Marvel to begin with. Pick a lane. I know fanboying can probably be exhausting, but does it have to get to a point where you abandon all self-respect? Something to think about.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
So with Avengers Doomsday quickly approaching, we are starting to get little tidbits of information about a potential plot. Details that are not just another character being added to this already overinflated cast. It's almost as if Marvel was compensating for something with their ridiculous chair reveal a few months ago. But now we have potential plot details. More specifically, how Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom could be used. And if I'm being honest, it all sounds very familiar and frankly underwhelming. MCU Film News, through Comic Circus, revealed this about Dr. Doom's character in Doomsday. Dr. Doom sees the multiverse incursions as a serious threat and plans to stop them using Franklin Richards. He believes he is the hero of the story and will do whatever it takes to stay in control.
Something very familiar about all this.
Basically opening the door for the slew of cameos that we already know about and some that we probably don't know about. These are the gimmicks, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I think it's kind of risky using Franklin Richards as a crucial element to this film. Considering Fantastic Four's box office, we might actually get to a point that when people go to see Doomsday, they don't even know who Franklin Richards is. The pitfalls of the cinematic universe strike again. If only there was a way to make films where it didn't require you to watch other movies to understand what's going on. Maybe we'll think of something someday.
Nobody likes a smartass, alright?
Also, Dr. Doom is sounding awfully sympathetic here. Another strike against the legit evil villains that we all miss from our past. On top of all of that, it's kinda just replaying the hits a little bit here, isn't it? Just give him an arc that is Thanos-esque, because people seem to enjoy that. Plus, it gives us an opportunity to make Robert Downey Jr. once again the focal point of an Avengers movie.
I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
And when we have his ambitions be somewhat morally ambiguous, maybe the audience would be inclined to not constantly root against him. That is exactly what we call a cop-out, potentially. Again, you should take all of this with a grain of salt at this point, but it should be noted that someone who has worked with Marvel before said that he's heard something similar, so I'll just let him tell it, and you can decide what you believe is real or not. Former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DeMeo had this to say about this rumor. If true, and I have heard similar, the move is telling. They failed to make us care about any of the post-Endgame heroes. Their stories and arcs are muddled and basically come across as celebrity cosplay. So basically trying to bank on an affinity for Robert Downey Jr. and make him the main character of the films like he was in Infinity War and Endgame, while also ripping off the same trick they pulled with Thanos as a sympathetic villain who believes he's the hero of his own story. None of this is the sort of new and creative thinking that made Infinity War and Endgame matter. It's PR and damage control disguised as filmmaking. Now, I know some of you are going to try to dismiss Bo's claims as the ramblings of a bitter ex-employee, and you know what? He might be just that. But that does not negate the fact that he is 100% correct. This is a truth bomb in every sense of the word.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Have I not been saying the same thing about this movie and about Marvel in general for months now. They are a creatively bankrupt company who has no idea how to build new characters that people actually care about, so they are going to resort to nostalgia and gimmicks to try to get people interested again. And like No Way Home or Deadpool and Wolverine before it, it might actually work temporarily, but there is no plan beyond that. They have no solution that involves them actually going out of their way to make better movies. Just do what we did before, or do something that someone else did before, and hope that nobody notices that we suck at our jobs. Nostalgia and cameos are not a substitute for quality filmmaking. They are gimmicks that will eventually make your brand fade into obscurity more so than you already have. Bo DeMeo may not be perfect as a human being, but he is spot on with his assessment of Marvel. It's all damage control fueled by laziness and an unwillingness to adapt the way that you tell stories.
Y'all be cool. Right on.